Hi, how are you?
I'm doing really good. Oh, I forgot to hit a button here, but now we're good. The button has been hit. We are all set to go. Hi.
Okay, so we were talking about love languages before. So you were saying that somebody on the app said that hers is receiving presents and you're rolling your eyes about it.
Yeah, I am.
But that's one of the love languages is gifts.
But doesn't that come afterwards though? Like
No,
gift
bring,
comes.
if you want to bring flowers on the first date or like I love presents.
Morning, Nick. Okay, but is flowers considered a present?
Yeah, that's a gift. Not just that. And it's not just that, it's the thought too. Like with the last guy, our first date, he brought all gluten-free crackers, salamis, cheeses, and we like went outdoorsy. Like that's a gift. He also brought flowers though too.
Okay. So because
He also brought a lot of bull crap too.
so no third, fourth, fifth, or date.
No, I have found out that I pimped him out. So all y'all on my social media that went after him because of all the stuff I posted, well, hope
I
that's
missed
working
that
out for you
first
now.
part. This is ex-boyfriend. I thought this was a date. My bad. Okay. Yeah.
Oh no. Not a lot of guys bring flowers on the first date.
So in my 9 months of navigating this and trying to do this, I've made some errors and I've stumbled along the way. And I was talking to somebody yesterday who I've dated off and on, I mean, for the better part of 20 years, right? And I told her, I said, I think I'm just kind of done embarrassing myself right now. Like I do things thinking that like that's like normal, but I guess it's not. So I've really backed off of like the flowers and stuff like that. Like it feels different now than it did 15 years ago when I was dating. Like 15 years ago, to me, flowers seemed normal. I never had anybody look at me like, oh, flowers. Okay. But
no, flowers
now,
are normal. We're just not used to it because men don't do those things anymore.
well, and I thought of one other thing too.
Like I know
so,
I'm done with dating because I try to get back on the dating apps and there's just like nobody on there I like not even the new ones. And then there's a couple new ones I was excited about and then I realized they were in Oregon. So boom, bye.
there's been a couple where I'm like, oh, they look really cool. And in Tahoe.
Yeah. The guy was like, I know when I swiped on you yesterday, you weren't 2,000 miles away. And I'm like, oh, I was in Oregon yesterday. Sorry.
Well, okay. So to that, going back on the gift thing, do you think that it's different now? Like my frame of reference on how to date somebody or to be with somebody is from being married, right? So I've been married with somebody for the last 11 years. So like my only frame of reference in my mind is I give it everything I got, right? So like once somebody says, yeah, we're in, let's do this. Like in my head, it clicks like, all right, it's team time now, right? That's a little bit too fast of an approach these days. And so I've really had to dial that back, but it took a couple of times to stumble and realize I'm not married and I'm not marrying this person. I need to stop acting like that, you know?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like moving, I have learned that moving too fast is a big sign. Like you need to back it up a little bit.
Yeah. No, I've been told.
I used to move fast too. I had to get that stage 5 clinger thing out of me too. And now I'm the opposite. And then so the last one, when he was so pressury about us being together so fast, I should have listened to my gut.
See, I've gone the opposite direction too. Like I feel like I put some things out in the universe that like I feel were being reciprocated and then they kind of weren't. And I feel like I'm just like, that's the universe telling me to pull that part back, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. So it's different. It's different though, because you don't think that you're making those stumbles along the way. And then when you do, and especially like, have you ever looked back, because you've been single a little bit longer than I have you looked back at some of your dating and seen some instances where you thought that you were doing something right, or you thought that you were making a correct pass, and then you look back at it a year or months later and you're embarrassed by it?
Yeah. There's been a couple where I was like, I'm just going to go all in and tell this person exactly how I feel about them. No holds barred, fearless. And it just didn't work out.
Okay. I like how we got here from, is it cool to bring a rose on a first date, to we've made fools of ourselves before.
Oh, I've totally made fool of myself a million times. Don't even get me started when I show up without being invited over. I've done that too.
Would you be willing to self-admit your biggest like embarrassing moment?
Maybe the one where I showed up unexpected around 10:30 at night, and on the way out, it ended up with a truly being smashed up against his wall.
That wins.
That one's pretty embarrassing.
I think my most embarrassing was a relationship was petering out, and I knew it was, and I wasn't ready for it to. So like I pulled out all the stops with like rose petals and stuff, and like 4 hours later, it was like, nah, this isn't gonna work.
Yeah, that's what the banging on the door at 10:30, in between that and me smashing the drink on the wall was a lot of I'm just gonna let everything out, and it still did not go to my favor.
It was one of those moments like, this is me, here's everything. What do you got for me now?
Yes.
I got you.
And then last week to a guy that I think I told you about, I said, if you wanted to be with me, you would. And he said, there's truth to that. That was pretty embarrassing.
That's not, you didn't tell me about that one.
No,
I'm sorry.
It's okay. And I went,
no flowers.
Whoa. And he's like, but if you don't want to be my friend, and I go, no, I don't, not after that. No, I'm so embarrassed. No.
Is there a way that somebody can tell you we need to just be friends and you're okay with it? Or do you always kind of take it a little personal?
I would rather them say right away, like, it just, I don't see a connection here. Let's rather be friends. But the men don't handle it like I do. Like, I'll be honest. Like, it's just, I don't feel a connection. But if I see you out, I'll see you out.
Right.
But I usually don't get that. I usually end up being friends with the guys I date anyway, though.
So, like, let's say it's 2 weeks. Like, you guys have gone out pretty hot and heavy for 2 weeks, and 2 weeks into it, he says, we're really just better off as friends. Would you take that personally, or would that be something where like, yeah, I can see that too?
Yeah, I would rather them say we're just really better off as friends. Because remember, I had that one guy that he should have just said we would have been better off as friends because we had so much fun together. But he said something about how I looked physically, and he was physically picky, and that ended that friendship.
Was this oh, I know which guy this is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that one didn't end well.
And then there's the other one where you went up to the mountains and like you guys just figured out right away that like we are not the same on most things.
We knew within 30 minutes that we did not like each other. But he tried to ghost me the next day, and I said, yo, we have a lot of mutual friends. Don't do this. And he's like, you're right. We just didn't connect, and we're still good friends now. Well, not good friends. We're buddies.
Is this the one that listened to my podcast at the time? He's like, I listened for 5 minutes and I can't listen to him anymore.
Oh, yeah. He hates you.
He what?
No, he hated you.
Oh, that's okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know.
Not like that.
I know.
Just you guys are very different.
Oh, totally. We both laughed out loud when you told that story. It was.
Oh, yeah. And then there's a couple that it's like work related. And those ones are funny to watch because I'll be out like having full on conversation. And my friends behind me know that I can't stand this dude, but I have to have a conversation with him because my dumb butt crossed a work line, So those ones are always fun too.
All right. Well, if anything, I think that we have these little therapy sessions right here, and then we just go out and make better choices. like even if all the streamers are all checked out right now, you and I are leaving this better.
Brother, in the last 6 years that I have been rejected and I've put up with more embarrassment than you have had even kind of yet to face.
Okay, I don't want to vehemently agree with that because I don't mean it like that, but I would agree with that because I mean, like you said, 6 years, and I'm learning right now, just in these last 6-7 months, that it's really easy to embarrass yourself without even trying.
Yes, and I wear my heart on my sleeve. So the first few years, I was way I would let you know right away if I was into you. Now I'm a little bit standoffish. And I used to tell you before, I think it's stupid to play this stupid game, blah, blah, blah. This is what you guys want.
I will say that I think that I am getting to a place quicker in the standoffish department than maybe you did. But not because I'm better at it, because I think I watched you. I got a chance to watch you. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but we work together every single day.
Yeah.
And I saw what you went through, and I saw how hurt you were so many times that I think I saw that. I thought, I don't think I want to go through that either.
I know. The hardest part is not lowering the standards, because then you start to realize that you just don't like any of them. And then you're like,
right.
Am I never going to find anybody? And then you let your guard down. And sometimes those are the ones that get you,
And you know what's easy to do is lowering your standards is the easiest thing to do, because as I swipe or look or meet people, the more I lower my standards, the easier it gets to be like, but this would just be easier. This would be easy to get along with, you know, as opposed to like, I'll see people, I'm like, are they out of my league? Or that would take some like real legitimate work. Am I up for that right now? You know?
I had one the other day that says, I have my act together, so you better have yours. And I'm like, left. You don't want none of this.
Right. You know what I've fallen back on now?
You're gone. I don't see you anymore.
Snacks now
There
in
you
my
are.
I've included snacks now in my profile. So I think that's funny.
You do you? You have snacks? I have snacks that are in my profile too.
I come with snacks now.
I put them salty as the snacks in my purse.
Ah, that's awesome.
All right, you guys. We have Ironstone Amphitheater season passes on the air all day. Noon and 4 is your next chance. We also have Boys to Men tickets all this week.
26 minutes.
For what?
Boys to Men.
Boys to Men on Bended Knee.
How do I say goodbye?
All right, you guys. We will see you later. Bye.
Bye, guys.